Joel Edgerton is one of Australia's really successful actors. We've loved him in movies like The Great Gatsby, Animal Kingdom, Zero Dark 30, and in Melbourne late last week after shooting a movie with Johnny Depp. Joel is in Melbourne celebrating the premiere of a movie that he has written, co-produced and starred in called Felony, and you must go and see it. I saw it this morning. Let's have a little listen.
I'm on Epsom Road. A boy hit his head and he's not moving.
Who's the witness?
He's a detective.
And normally wouldn't we run a full forensic on the vehicle?
He's one of us.
I gotta tell the truth, I've gotta come clean.
Why?
Because it is the right thing to do.
We gotta keep this tight. We're all in it. The whole force, mate.
Joel Edgerton, good afternoon.
How are you?
Very well. Thank you for coming in and congratulations on what is going to be, well, I've put it out there around this building, a smash hit. I've said it on air this afternoon. I think everyone is going to love this movie.
I really hope so. I think we've really made something really kind of not just entertaining, but something very resonant, I think, about, ethics.
Exactly. And after leaving the cinema this morning, when I watched it very early this morning, you're thinking about all of the issues that are involved with the movie. You're thinking about them while the movie is happening, and we can't give too much away or it'll ruin the experience for everyone. But you keep thinking about it, and that's got to be a mark of something that has had a profound effect on you. Yeah,
we wanted to make a movie that gave you something beyond your experience in the cinema, that the credits would roll. And my hope is that people would go out into the foyer after an experience like this and talk about their opinion, because we don't give you all the answers in the movie. And it's interesting that one person might come out saying, this character should do X, Y, and Z next, and someone else has the complete opposite opinion. One of my favourite ideas in the film, is do questions of your own guilt and remorse become more intense when you fear that you may have been witnessed, or you may get discovered. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it. I mean, if you commit a crime without any witnesses, is it easier for you, as the film suggests, to let time and the world swallow that event up, and for you to be able to rejoin the human race?
We're not used to films. What we are used to is usually police versus crooks, but this is a moral dilemma within the force.
Yeah, and I purposefully said it within the detectives, force, to kind of electrify the situation. But to me, that club, or that feeling of looking after members of your own club, albeit a job, people within the same job or career as you, or someone within the same racial group as you, that police force should speak to any club. The idea of looking after your own kind.
Just one final question. It's not to do with Felony, but you've been filming with Johnny Depp. Where have you been filming, and what's it like to work with him?
Well, it's funny, working with Johnny is sort of like working with a bit of a childhood hero of mine, because I was fascinated by him on 21 Jump Street. I used to blow dry my hair for a good year of my life. I have photos to prove it. My mother recently compiled some bunch of photos as a gift for my 40th birthday, and I was like, those were the Johnny Depp years. We were shooting Black Mass, which is a true story about Whitey Bulger and his Irish Boston mafia sort of lord through the 70s and 80s, who was enabled by the FBI, given the green light, as sort of may reflect a bit of the Rogerson years of, Sydney police, that kind of a story. And Johnny was playing Whitey and I was playing the FBI agent that enabled him. Directed by Scott Cooper, who made Crazy Heart and Out of the Furnace. And I had just such a wonderful time there in Boston.
John is online. I'm sure you won't mind the question. John, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Look, I'm really excited about Australian movies being made here. It's a great thing. It's a good thing to see, because we're so flooded with American movies. But why the name Felony? It's a word we actually don't use over here, and we associate with America. Yeah,
absolutely. I'll tell you what, the one great admission, and I'm not afraid to be honest about this, is that titles for movies I usually find very easy, and this is the first time I've ever written a movie where the title seemed to elude me. Now, felony is a particularly American legal term. We know the definition of it here, albeit we don't really see it bandied around in court or in other fashions, but we felt like it was a good universal title that sort of stamp the film in a very clear way.
You wouldn't want necessarily for it to have different titles in different countries, because that does happen, doesn't it?
It does happen, yeah. And here's my admission for you on radio that I still don't know that we ever got the exact right title, but the movie is exact and right the way we wanted it, and that's most important.
John, thank you for your terrific call. Joel Edgerton, congratulations. I urge all 3AW listeners to go and see Felony.
Thank you.